Okay, today we're going to tell you all the reasons why you do not want to live in Parker, Colorado. So let's check it out.
Okay, so Parker, Colorado is one of Denver's southeast suburbs, and it's a quickly growing suburb with a lot of expansion.
Yes.
And so we're here today to tell you why maybe you don't want to live in Parker. Or do you?
Maybe. Let's find out. So the first thing we wanted to touch base on is if you aren't into a small town feeling, you don't want to live in Parker, Colorado, because
especially if you don't want a small town feeling with a lot of amenities.
Exactly.
Because that's what Parker is.
Exactly.
So Parker actually is this old historic Pony Express town from way back in the day. That's, like I said, sits at the southeast edge of the Denver metro area.
Charming as charming can be. The
Yes.
downtown Main Street is, you know, buildings built in the 1800s, and it's got so much history, and there's so many activities that you can do in downtown Parker.
Yeah. And as it's grown, it's established and grown out with pretty much anything and everything you could want to live in a suburb. So when I was growing up, I grew up in Aurora. Parker was hardly on the map. Like, it was one of those towns that seemed like it was halfway to Kansas, halfway to New Mexico. Nobody went to Parker. It wasn't considered part of the Denver metro area, but because of growth of the Denver metro area between Aurora and other areas and Parker itself, it's now definitely a legit suburb of Denver.
And really, I mean, 30 years ago, Parker Road was a 2-lane road. Now Parker Road is 6 lanes across, and it's packed. I mean, the traffic going up and down that road, if you don't like traffic and you don't like dealing with Parker Road, then you probably don't want to live in Parker.
Legitimately, because that is true. That is true. Like like Parker, people that live in Parker often say there's one road in and one road out. And that really actually used to be the case. Like Cheryl said, when I moved to Parker in the 90s, there was Parker Road that ran north and south and Lincoln that ran east and west. And literally those were the only 2 ways in and out of the city. Obviously, it's grown a ton since then, but those still are your main thoroughfares, and a lot of the commercial is built up along those areas. So if you want to hit Costco, you have to be on Parker Road. If you want to hit
Main Street, you have to take Parker Road. If you want to go to the grocery
Yeah.
store, or
King Soopers, the grocery store is on Lincoln, you know, so yeah, there's multiple King Soopers, but they're all kind of right there. So builders have come in, the city's done a really nice job of expanding that infrastructure.
And it's still happening. I mean, there are new roads going in all over the place because they need to ease that traffic off of Parker Road. So,
but it is a joke that we have one road in and out of Parker. So and there is some legitimacy to that still. So so keep that in mind. But as far as those, we talked about the small town with amenities,
right?
Or the conveniences. We have Parker has all the big box stores. They have a Whole Foods, or they're getting a Whole Foods actually. They have a Trader Joe's, a Costco, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Office Depot.
Tons of auto parts stores for whatever reason, and
banks,
tires,
credit unions, storage facilities, all those things that suburbs have. Parker has them.
Lifetime Fitness, that's a big draw for Parker as well. It's this huge, gorgeous workout facility that, it's mind-boggling.
But it also has mom and pop boutiques and
locally owned restaurants.
Yeah.
Locally owned businesses, trophy shops, just cool little niche businesses that, specialize in things, and they're owned by people who live in Parker and work in Parker.
You're not going to find anywhere else but in Parker.
Exactly,
so that's definitely one of those things that's something to think about, to benefit, as we joke about why you don't want to move to Parker, is definitely one of those. And, I would say, another thing that if you don't want to move to Parker unless you want great schools.
Yes. Who doesn't want great schools? I mean, let's be honest. So Douglas County School District serves Parker. And both of our kids went through the Douglas County school system, and they're amazing. They're successful.
Individuals.
Absolutely. Yes, we have an affinity for the school district and teachers in general. And we do offer like special discounts to teachers and that type of thing because we love our teachers and we love the great job that they do for our students and our families.
Yeah, and Parker offers not only just those public schools, there are charter schools available, quite a few charter schools in Parker,
Yeah, a lot.
as well as a couple private schools.
And it's a school choice environment in Douglas County. So just because you live in a feeder for, let's say, Legend High School, you can go to Chaparral High School or Ponderosa High School. So you have choice, or charter school or private school. I mean, it's whatever you choose.
Yeah, which is nice. Gives people the opportunity to choose where their kids go and not bound by a certain neighborhood boundary, for example.
And our sporting program for our schools is amazing. So they have feeder programs basically. So like for example, my son plays basketball and he's been playing for the Ponderosa feeder team since he was in 3rd grade. And so all these boys play 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, all the way up through high school. And now they're going to be sophomores and juniors in high school and they're still playing together. So it's a really cool program where you get to know your fellow players and
Helps you be better as you play with those kids
absolutely
for that long,
8
right?
years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They know each other. Yeah, and Douglas County School Districts, which is what serves Parker, is they play in the CHASA, which is the high school division, the largest division. So if you're looking for that high quality of sports, most of the schools there participate in that highest level of CHASA sports. Okay, so we're going to interrupt real fast here just to kind of remind you who we are and thank you for checking out our channel. I'm Michelle Wise.
And I'm Cheryl Crown.
We are living in Denver, Colorado. We are real estate experts here in the Denver metro area. So just if you have questions about anything related, we're here for you. But in the meantime, let's get back to telling you all about Parker.
So if you don't want to be like in a great location as far as Denver goes, you don't want to live in Parker. No.
Actually, like I said, Parker sits southeast. So with that, you do have to drive a little bit to get to some things within the Denver metro area. So there is a little bit of truth to that.
There is.
Being on the southeast corner, but
although you're close to the airport.
Yep.
Because the airport is way out east and there's never any traffic getting to the airport. From my house it's 30 minutes. I do live in Parker. 30 minutes from my door, or 35 minutes I should say. So it's very convenient.
Yeah, you
compared
just jump
to-
up 470. It's a toll road,
It
so
is.
you do have to pay for that,
Yep.
but you have that access to that 470.
Absolutely.
And then you also have easy access to I-25, which just runs west of Parker.
and takes you
It runs
downtown
north and south. Yep.
in about a half an hour.
Yep.
Traffic permitting obviously.
Yep, but you could get down south. You can take E4 or 470 west to the mountains. So, even though we kind of do sit on that corner of the city, the highways and the infrastructure, once you're out of Parker, gives you those options to get around to the other areas within the Denver metro area very, very easily.
It is a little bit more of a haul to the foothills than, let's say, Littleton or Lakewood or Arvada.
Yeah, so if you're a skier and you want to go ski every weekend, you might want to look a little further west just so
Yep.
you're right at the base of the mountains, but
But if you're a pilot or you work at the airport or something like that, it's a great place to be.
most definitely. Okay, and another thing to consider if you don't like having great town amenities,
You don't want to
Parker
live
may not be
there.
the one for you. Parker has
Amazing amenities.
the town has put in a ton of energy and commitment to its residents over the last many years, and they've created. We actually have 2 recreation centers within the town of Parker. We have the Parker Rec Center, which is a full workout facility. It's got basketball courts,
Pool.
indoor pool,
Slides.
soccer fields outside, a whole outdoor complex, baseball fields. And then we also have the field house, which is another rec center in a sense. It's got a full indoor soccer field,
Rock climbing wall.
like a indoor
It's
ice
a roller
arena.
hockey. It's not ice. It's
Yeah.
roller.
Yeah.
But
Rock
and it's got the
climbing.
track up top, the basketball courts, 4 full-size basketball courts.
Yep. We have Parker Rec has a skate park. We have
O'Brien Park, an H2 O'Brien, which is a water park, which is right downtown, but that's connected to O'Brien that they just completely renovated with all new play equipment and that type of thing. There's also a softball field there.
the big swimming pool with like slides and
Yep.
wading pools
Splash
and zero
pads.
entry and all that. That's obviously in the summer.
And then the Pace Center. Pace Center is a great place to see concerts or take classes or see musicals and that type of thing.
Yeah, and you can even rent it out, like so if you have your own private event, or whether it's a wedding, graduation, they have rental space in there. It's a beautiful, beautiful location for those types of venue.
Lots of tribute bands come and go through there. And then in the summertime, right next to the library, there's that really cool splash pad and an outdoor venue for music, and
Concerts in the park.
Concerts in the park, right? Exactly. And you can buy a glass of wine and sit on your blanket and enjoy them.
People bring picnics and charcuterie boards, and
Yeah.
it draws a lot of people actually. And once a week they do that summer concert series. They also do movies in the park in H2 O'Brien.
Farmers markets every Sunday from like April to October-ish.
That's on Main Street.
Yep.
They shut down Main Street,
Yep.
so that's that historic Pony Express kind of feel we told you about. They shut that down, and Farmers Market comes in. Also downtown, they do Parker Days, which is in June. It's a big traveling amusement carnival.
But it's here for like 4 days, and they have concerts and rides for the kids and
Games and food and beer tents.
Yeah.
And, it pretty much takes up a
draws.
lot of the city, so it's
Yes, it
huge.
does.
It draws
It is
people from
huge.
all over the metro area, actually.
And we also have 400 acres of parks in Parker, along with a ton of dog parks. We have mentioned in our other videos that dogs are like, everybody has a dog in Colorado. It's not everybody, but it's normal.
dog friendly.
Very, very dog friendly.
We also have 40 miles of trails within Parker. One of the coolest trails we have is the Cherry Creek Trail, which actually runs miles long. It runs south. It starts south of Parker, which is in Castlewood Canyon, and then runs all the way up into Denver. Miles, people bike, ride, run, everything up and down that trail. And it's highly used in Colorado.
It is.
for sure.
And you can actually get a house that backs to Cherry Creek Trail. So if you're into cycling or rollerblading or walking with your dog or your kids or whatever it is, you can literally have a house that has a gate that just takes you right
Get in
there.
that fence and out you go.
There you have it. And it can take you all the way down to downtown Denver. So you can ride your bike and be at REI or down at the Platte, hanging out in the summertime. And so the other amenity or, perk or drawback, depending if you don't like open space, there are 10 acres of open space.
Dedicated open space.
Exactly. It's never going to change unless, maybe pass a
Rezone
law
or
or something.
something.
Yeah, exactly. So anyhow, yes, trails, parks, dog parks, open space. It's really
Parker has been they've made that green space a priority in their building plans. So when businesses come in or commercial comes in, they make these builders and developers create dedicated
within the communities.
Green open space, pocket parks, walking trails, things like that. So again, that kind of feeds into that whole outdoor living that we're so proud of here in Colorado. We just bring the outdoors everywhere we go, and so that's a good thing. On a serious note, I think, like we said, if you're looking for maybe why if we had to find something wrong with Parker, truly, we talked about the infrastructure a little bit, not having that one lane or one road in and out. That's an exaggeration, of course,
It is.
but there is some truth to it. That's the main arterials. And then, part of it, because Parker has been a small town, and as it's developed very residential, very, homeowner heavy. And so, it's definitely got that bedroom community feel to it. So if you don't, there are businesses in Parker, but a lot of people have to travel outside of Parker to work.
Although that's changed a bit because now a lot of people work from home after post-COVID. But in general, that was a statistic that I learned.
And I think some of that goes too with other experiences outside of Parker too, not just working.
Right.
But if you are big into the nightlife scene, we definitely have bars and restaurants in Parker that stay, but you're not going to find those clubs or those really late night venues. Parker can be a sleepy town after about 10 o'clock at night. Especially during the week. So, if that's kind of your vibe, Parker may not be the right spot for you, but if you're looking for something where you can have a lot of most everything else, then Parker's, it could definitely be a perfect fit.
Yeah, and it's very safe. Our crime rates are very low. So, in general, we just have people look out for each other in Parker. I feel that that's something that it's very neighborly. yesterday I left my garage door open by accident, and my neighbor called me and texted me, and then my other neighbor called me and texted me and said, hey, you left your garage door open. So that happens all the time. And people are just really cool and thoughtful and caring.
Yeah, for sure.
In Colorado in general, I think too. It's not just Parker.
Yeah, but definitely Parker
Yeah.
is overall, has a fairly safe vibe, low crime rate, good people. So yeah.
It's a great place to live. Okay, so does that sum it up? Anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's it. So if you don't like those things, then don't come to Parker. But Parker has a lot to offer, and if you're considering Parker, we hope we gave you some good information today.
Absolutely. So all of our contact information is down below. Call us, text us, email us. We're here for you. Leave a comment if there's anything else you want to know about, or if you have any other cool information about Parker that you want to add to the mix, please do so below. And we look forward to
check
meeting
out
you
our
in the
other
future.
blogs on Parker. We have other pros and cons videos, a Parker vlog, a Parker map tour,
and some neighborhoods of Parker too.
Yep.
The Pinery, the Pradera, some new build communities. So yeah, there's all
and
sorts.
other areas around Parker. So
Absolutely.
so check it out.
Sounds great. We'll see you next time. Share the love.